Hello and welcome to week 6. Let's see, where are we? I've sent out a message. You can see this on your homepage that we're a third of the way through the class. What we're planning on doing for this week is my favorite lesson, which is on stasis theory. There's discussion 15, which helps us think about our topics a little bit. We have an analysis of two opposing viewpoints. I call it an editorial analysis, but it's really compare contrast of two opposing viewpoints. And then we are doing a peer review of our paper today. So not today, but this week. So if we click on this little thing, I never showed you how to do that. But you click on that, or you can go to assignments. Go to week 6. It doesn't look like we're doing a lot, but it's going to be a lot of work. Take this link to the book review. I have peer review right here, and then some tutorials on how to use peer mark. They're not by me, they're by other people. So they may be horrible or they may be a billion times better than what I provide you. So these are both a little bit old, but they will walk you through the basic idea of peer mark. What I'm hoping you will do is not just fill out the questions at the end, but provide feedback within the document. So I would love for you to say things like, hey, this is a really good point. I never thought of that. Or I'm confused here. I could use a little more clarity. So you click on the view and complete. It won't allow me to do it because I'm instructor, but you'll click on this and it'll take you through it. And that is what we'll be doing for the peer review. It's very important that you have the peer review done. A couple things about peer review is one, that I changed some things up a little bit for the book review. It used to be that um, if you're submitting something for peer review, it had to be in or you couldn't participate. I've changed the settings to allow late submissions and to allow uh, people who've submitted late to participate. I don't know what's going to happen because it's completely new for me. So uh, let's see what's going on with that. As you start reading through these reviews, keep in mind that these are drafts. They're not supposed to be great. They're not supposed to be perfect. When we start to think about how to provide feedback, we have to think about maybe our rubric, maybe about our rhetorical context. But the idea should be, is this a review? That's your first question. Do you know whether or not you should read this book based on the review? Is there a main point to it? Is there supporting evidence for that point? Does it follow a logical order? Do you understand what this paper is trying to tell you? And then you can worry about the grammar and all that stuff at the end. But you really want to know, is this a review first? If we go back, we can see my favorite lesson on stasis theory. I have a lesson link, I'm sorry. And then there's talk about stasis theory here. And then I have the presentation. What I like about stasis theory is that it forces us to look at our topics in a specific order. We don't just start with, well, I think we need to ban all drugs. Instead, it forces us to say, well, let's look at drugs first of all. I'm talking about drugs, not all drugs. I'm not talking about banning Tylenol. I'm interested in looking at illegal narcotics. That's what I mean by drugs. And that's a problem. There's a huge problem of narcotics in this area. People are using heroin and other drugs, and that's problematic. We've already kind of defined drugs, but we're starting to identify the issue. People are dying from overdoses. This is what they're dying from. We talk about heroin. We're talking about all these various things. Here's what's happening. We might identify a cause. Well, people are getting addicted to opioids through back surgeries and things like that, and that's causing problems. And how do we evaluate it? Well, it's a bad thing that people are using drugs and people are dying, and it costs a lot of money. So what do? We ban drugs. But we might say, wait a minute, what laws are actually happening? Well, heroin's already illegal. Well, what do we mean by that? And why did the ban not work? Well, something else is happening. So you're able to trace this through and just kind of repeat these questions throughout analyzing and trying to describe your topic. And I know I didn't do a fantastic job, but that's all right. So there's a discussion board, and I really want you to think about your topics a little bit. Oh, it says Wednesday, should be Sunday. Let me make sure I have that changed. Um, and then finally, we have our editorial analysis. What I'm asking you to do is you can either go into SRS Researcher. I didn't have this pulled up, sorry. But you can go to the SIRS Researcher in the library, and again, remember, you have to be over here. So SRS Researcher. And you can find two opposing articles. Oh no, there it goes. Okay. So you can look at some things like there's, the coronavirus, right? There is a viewpoint 1 and 2. So if you're fortunate enough to have a topic in this, you can look, okay, well, we knew it was coming, we failed. It's just one of the first to come. So you can look at these things, and these are generally opposing viewpoints or questions. Questions that they're trying to say. So you can find a few things and compare them. Oh, actually, these are opposing right here. We knew it was coming, we failed. Few people saw it coming. So these two go against each other, and these probably go against each other or something like that. You look at these, and then you'll summarize, and you will provide some information to tell us which one has the better argument. So Sir's Researcher has it. Opposing Viewpoints also has. You're all gonna know my library card number. Let's see if this one works. So again, this also has it. You can browse issues, and this is a great place to find information too. So, maybe you're interested in food waste, right? This is going to have opposing viewpoints. And so you're going to, again, look at two that seem to make opposing arguments and read them and compare them. So it's comparison and contrast of those two ideas. It's very short. It's only 500 to 750 words. So summarize the two viewpoints, contrast them, compare them. What are they trying to do? Look at some expertise. Look at that sort of stuff. That's going to be helpful to determine which one has a stronger argument. Now, here's the thing. You might totally disagree with one side, but recognize they have the stronger argument, and that is okay. You can simply say this side makes a better argument, even though it's often against what I believe or something like that. And that is perfectly fine. Again, this is looking at your topic and looking at comparing arguments. This is also going to help you as you make your argument and try to define what it is you want to focus on. So I definitely recommend getting into Sears and opposing viewpoints to look at some of the arguments that are currently happening. So that's kind of where we are this week. It's more than just kind of, it's what we are doing. If you have questions, please contact me. Otherwise, I will be reading your book reviews and providing you feedback. Take care. Once I stop recording.